Board of Directors order. It is 6:30. Present are, is that gonna feed back in my ear?
No, I fixed it.
Crystal Harding, Patrick Williams, Joanna McVeigh, absent are Bo Williams and Zach Frios.
Just one quick note that Rachel mentioned that Zach is on the Zoom feed, but he can't be participating as a board member.
Okay. Comments and reports from citizens and organizations. Is there anyone who would like to say your name and?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Edric Brown. I was born and raised in this North Highlands community. And I was compelled to come here today to say a couple of things. In the year of 2003, I contributed to the violent aspect of this city. Unfortunately, I made a terrible decision when I was 18 years old. I recklessly and regrettably discharged a firearm at a vehicle after a heated dispute. I was apprehended for this crime and I was sentenced to a life term. This was in 2003. I was incarcerated for 23 consecutive years due to this decision that I made on that day. And I went through all sorts of phases throughout these last 2 decades of bitterness to accountability to understanding that I was supposed to be held to the decisions that I made that day. And during my incarceration, I used the tools that I found out about myself at a troubling stage, and I wrote them down. And then eventually these writings turned into programs and rehabilitative curriculums and victims impact curriculums, which the victims of my crimes are from North Highlands as well. And they came across these curriculums and they started supporting my release. They seen that I had changed my thought process and got rid of all the false ideologies and started positively programming. And so these curriculums got adopted by the state, by CDCR. They found out these curriculums was effective. They started spreading it to all these other institutions where incarcerated people were taking these programs and they were being able to be offered early release at the parole board for demonstrating positive behavior. So the court system found out that I had did all of this, and then they decided to give me another chance at life. So as I was incarcerated, Mr. Crystal Harding right here, this is a childhood friend of mine that I was going to school with during these moments. Actually, I believe that I was taken off the streets in the middle of going to school with Crystal Harding. She hasn't seen me today. Well, the other day was the first day since then, but Crystal Harding, I had found out that she was involved with the community work out here. I reached out to her via letter and I explained my situation. And I told her that upon my release, which was approximately 17 days ago, I would want to have this opportunity to apologize to you guys and to thank you, to say thank you for you guys. You guys are doing great things for the community. I appreciate you. I want to apologize to you guys, everybody that was affected by the decisions that I made, because even though they were back then, it still was part of where we're at now. So when I get out, now that I'm out of prison, my main goals is to try to collaborate with the community, use everything that I've been through these last 23 years, and try to help prevent things from happening, kids from making these decisions. Before I was released just 2 weeks ago, I'm mentoring the young generation in there saying, hey, use my example as a reality. I used to think everyone thinks you have to murder someone to go to prison for a life sentence. When I discharged that firearm at that vehicle, no one was injured. A single bullet penetrated the back of the vehicle. It was my first time ever breaking the law, and I was sentenced to life, but I earned that life sentence. Regardless if no one was hit or not, those bullets could have bypassed that vehicle, went into someone's home, someone could have been watering the grass, walking the dog, so on and so forth. So I understand that I earned that life sentence, and I gave it back by showing them that my brain has changed. I won't think like that no more. But so this I came here today just to bridge that gap, introduce myself to you all, say thank you, and say I'm sorry. Thank you for this time. Appreciate you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Continued good luck and success.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Hey, John.
Yes, I'm next. John Bercelli, North Highlands resident.
Just a reminder, anyone interested in the Memorial Day Parade, there will be a steering committee meeting a week from Friday at the North Island Library at 10 a.m.
Next Friday.
Friday at 10.
Yeah, not this Friday, but the following Friday.
It's 21st. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah, I said, for 10, John,
Yeah. From 10 to 11.
not for ABC, hold just held your meeting. Yeah.
The community room there, yeah, yes, sir.
Anybody else? No? Okay, then I guess we are going to recess and then we will enter into a closed session. Show us recessed at 6:36.
Thank you so much.
Closed session will be brought up under new business, item A. So moving on, administrators report.
Thank you, John. We have a member of our maintenance staff, and you might remember his familiar face. He dropped in on a meeting a couple months ago, right after he was hired, but I will turn it over to Larry to introduce one of our new hires.
Kevin. Kevin.
Yeah,
I mean,
Glad to do it.
I'm only 2 weeks away from 1 year.
Yay.
And just because we have a guy named Larry on the staff, don't read anything into that.
I know that, Larry, I know worries. Hi, good evening, everybody. I meant to have 2 new employees today, but Isaiah Estrada had to, or didn't have to, went down to San Diego to watch his brother-in-law graduate from Marine Boot Camp, so that's.
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal thing, so. Anyway, today we have Brad Ritter. You may remember him from 2 months ago when we did first hire him. He is an ISA certified arborist, and you will see in your board packets through the
Yeah, I saw it.
through the maintenance pictures,
You came in handy this month.
pictures of Brad, 25 feet in the tree or whatever it was, doing the good work for us. So he's a heck of an asset and it's already paying probably on that. So thanks for being here, my friend.
Thanks for coming.
I was fan.
National
Society of Arboriculture.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't say that.
And what's the other guy's position?
They're both maintenance.
Maintenance ones.
Okay. We'll move on to item B.
Yep,
So I wanted to walk you through this quote and
yeah, please do.
I got it as a text message. So I sent it to my own email and blew it up and put it on a Word doc. But what basically what we're looking at is we did have Adam McCowan come out and look at the 2 sides of the plaza that was under our purview and our responsibility to maintain. And one is slightly larger than the other. If you're looking out the door, the right side is the one that's a little bit bigger than the one on the left side, which is the one directly in front of where the staff parks. To do a full install on both sides, we're right around $100,000. If we choose to go with keeping one side natural and the other side with artificial turf, obviously that would reduce the cost significantly. Kevin and I have been talking a lot about this possible project to go on out there, and we've come up with some additional options that the board may want to consider.
Yeah.
Maybe add some kid-friendly components. Our parking lot and the plaza are on the walking path to FC Joyce, and then the kids after school are out there playing every day the weather allows it. So it's definitely a preferred destination for the kids of the neighborhood. And what we mean by that is, depending on what we end up putting on the on the ground itself, be it regular turf or artificial turf, we've talked about maybe some very low ground level climbing apparatus. On the right side of the property, perhaps some picnic area, picnic tables with umbrellas. Just where the parents would have a chance to sit and wait for their kids to get out of school, convene on the weekends or in the evenings. So we would the idea was instead of just putting down 2 sheets of really bright green AstroTurf, could we turn it into more of a user-friendly place for kids who want to come out and fun, families might want to come out and have fun. So that's a direction we could go as well. And then really, I just, was hoping after sharing the cost, try to get a little bit of direction from the board that's here. And are we looking to pursue this further, going to the next level of creating a schematic where you can take a look at some of the ideas we have. I did talk to Ryan DiGiulio at Twin Rivers, and he is open to discussing the shared costs. If it's a benefit to FC Joyce, which I think it would be, and the kids that go there and the families that have kids that go there, he would be willing to consider sharing the cost as well. So that's conceptual right now, but it would be something that could be a possibility. So happy to answer any questions about the quote that we have. Obviously, this is just one that we could get many other quotes as well. But we're thinking kind of a bigger picture, adding and enhancing what we are talking about putting on the ground for the folks in the and it would be the big water saver too. No sprinklers.
Turn the water on.
Anyway, question.
Hey, I'm gonna be that way the whole time. I'm really disappointed. I mean, to me, this is cost prohibitive. And I don't want to put anything in there that's gonna ruin the kids going out there and playing soccer, because they're out there almost every day of the week playing soccer.
They're playing on bare dirt right now,
I know.
and it's not going to come back. So I think that was the motivation that Joanna brought up to the board and to me was, what could we do? Well, we could cover it with artificial turf.
Yeah, but this is just mud wrestling.
Right now, yeah.
How many other quotes are you thinking about getting?
It really depends on the direction the board gives us. I mean, if it's a serious concept that we like to take forward, at least 2 others just to make a comparison. I don't think it's going to change very much. If anything, it might go up a little bit, but it is what it is, and this is the way what this stuff costs. And that's those are big footprints out there. Yeah, they're not small parcels.
We plant rose bushes out there.
I'm so glad that you are making the connection with Twin Rivers. They, a lot of their Measure JK funds, they've been updating a lot of their schools, and I've seen some updates with FC Joyce. It might be a way for them to add it in for enhancement of FC Joyce, enhancement kind of stuff. So I really hope you continue to pursue that, because it is a shared space.
It would be a good option to reduce the cost on the district's part.
So it's 3,768 square feet for the left side.
Yes. Yeah, 3,900, just a little bit larger on the right.
You know what they say about if you don't have anything nice to say, Pat, have a drink. Was that like stuck on a minute? Was that the inside voice coming out again? I can't add to what I already said. Obviously, these kids are in love with soccer.
Yes.
I'm not willing to do anything that's gonna impede their ability to play soccer, even if they wear all that grass out. Maybe see if somebody's willing to donate part of the cost. I don't know if you're involved in soccer, where do they get their money? Of registration?
I want to have Sac Republic.
They just did that Wall Acre Park.
Which one?
Sac Republic. Yeah, but we're not asking them to cover the whole thing. Maybe we could get them to make a $25,000 donation or something, and then split what's left with Twin Rivers.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it in terms of we want to provide a safe space and a fun place, a shaded place for the local kids to kick a ball around every afternoon. Then we can focus on the left parcel that's around $50,000. We go to Twin Rivers and say, Ryan, we'd like to put what could be a small soccer pitch really, but it won't be striped or anything like that. It'll just be, they wouldn't be able to beat it up like, you know, the grass has been beat up.
And they're doing it anyways.
They're doing it
Yeah.
anyway.
And those kids have got to be going to FC Joyce.
When I walked out yesterday, there must have been 15 kids out there,
Yeah,
from 11 and 12-year-olds down to 4-year-olds, and just playing, you know, just batting the ball back and forth. They like to play 2-on-2. It's
Yeah.
you know, and it's easy to say, oh, go over the left, the field is too dark, it's too far from mom and dad.
yeah. Yeah, and the parents right now are sitting on the benches.
Yeah.
They've got their other kids with them. They're talking to each other. You know, the other kids are skateboarding or riding bikes and aren't playing soccer. I don't think we need to provide amenities, you know. It would be nice if one day we did, but I don't think right now that's my priority, or any other activities, because they've made it very clear what their value is of that space, and it lets them play soccer.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great idea to go to Sac Republic and ask them if they would be willing to donate, and just explain, we have neighbor kids that have taken over part of a grass area in front of our community center and play soccer every day of the week, and we would like to put artificial turf down for them. But it's, you know, our quotes are 50 grand, and would they be willing to donate to the project? And then our district and the school district would negotiate splitting the difference of what's left. I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And that's peanuts compared to other stuff they
Yes.
get asked to do.
We could use a lot of water.
And usually when they come out, the tree, and like, I don't know what it is, but I think you already have natural shade. I feel like I've sat out there before where it's
Yeah.
covered me, so. Yeah,
Well, they're playing after school too,
Yeah.
in the evening.
right, so.
And AstroTurf, I mean, in the hot weather, it gets very, very hot. And that's why the shaded side of the plaza would be probably preferable to the larger side on the right parcel. Because it has not as much shade.
Well,
So what I'm hearing is maybe flesh this out, look for donated money, and see what the reality of Twin Rivers partnering with us is.
And a
Would you
couple
do-
other quotes, I would
Yeah.
say.
get some other quotes here.
You got it.
Would you be willing to draft a letter to Sac Republic?
Absolutely.
Save Scott some time and then just send it to him to tweak and sign.
Let me put it in my calendar.
And I'd like to sign that too.
You know, Sac Suburban Water or outside that one. You know how I feel.
I do.
That was everything on that.
All right, moving on. Parks and facilities. Kevin, Larry, Curtis, you're up.
That was a good one.
I don't have anything to add to this report. I did finish this report, a week before I went to maintenance management school down in Lake Arrowhead. So it's up to date as of now. If you have any questions,
How many bids did we put out, or did we get for the roof?
we got for,
3?
Yep.
Okay.
and we went with the lowest bid, which was the original bid.
And what kind of warranty are they offering on the work?
Typically, those are, well, on the roof itself, it's the 20-year one.
Awesome. And I was curious what you did with 22 tons of covered mulch.
We took it to landfill.
Really?
We couldn't reuse it.
That's bad. It's like nothing else we could do with it.
There's nothing else that I would want to do with it. In the middle of the summer, that rubber smells like a tire.
Oh, okay.
So, and that was one of the key reasons why we wanted to take it out of the pit at Freedom. It's the only section at Freedom Park that had that rubber. It goes everywhere, it does not decompose. So when it gets into other planter beds, it's a problem, and in 105-degree weather, it is horrible to smell.
And what's a pony wall?
It's okay. So if you see in that top picture where they're taking out the bushes and the bobcat right here, that little tiny wall goes down below subgrade about 15 inches. So that's pony, that's the shoulder.
On the right?
So if you in the very top picture, Joanna, you see that right here?
Okay.
Yeah, oh, well, on that bottom picture on the right, that's correct. So we
Okay.
expanded the size of the pit.
The length or the height?
the length with the, so we could put a 3-bay swing set in
Okay, got it.
Within the stage.
with incorporated shade structure.
So, do you have any idea exactly how long the water to the trees have been turned off?
On that lower grove,
Yeah.
I guess. Probably not long after they were installed in the street, probably 20 years.
So a valve broke and they just turned it off
I think,
and never fixed it.
I can't answer that honestly.
Oh, okay, so that was how I read it.
But it broke when I turned it on to find the water. Because there was irrigation to those trees are now,
Yeah,
12 inches around. And when I turned it on, I noticed there was,
okay. Wow,
I think we ended that section with about 120 yards of free chips from SMUD. Which is great, it's amazing how much different it looks with just chips.
and with the information you got. Horticulture center,
Yep.
where are you? Um. Where are you targeting with the reduction of green space?
So, well, reduction of green space is gonna be in almost every single park.
Right, but you mentioned 30%, so I was,
30% of each park we're gonna try and remove, so it's mostly street. Anything that's along the anything around playgrounds, we probably directly around the playground, we would remove. I don't wanna remove, open green space where the kids are kicking the snow around.
exactly,
But if I can give you an example of Chardonnay Park, if you're familiar with that park, we have very large mature trees with picnic benches on it on the western side of the park. It's on the downhill side. We could take 30, 40 feet of grass out of there, put down mulch and water wise plants, convert from rotors to drip, saving an incredible amount of water and still have a 2-acre parcel for them to kick some fly kites, honestly, what they do. And each park would be different. I would use a little bit on the parking lot side, and then we'd probably leave the rest of it a little bit by the rest of it. But that's a major sports field, so we want to leave that intact.
are you in the process of like creating a timeline and?
A timeline, I've also imported all these basically satellite photos from each of the parks into Canva, and then drawing out areas so we can have an idea of what we want to landscape, what's going to be taken out, and we can gain an idea of what the percentage of square footage is that we.
Thank you, I'm excited about that. That's what this wonderful thing. Kudos on the cleaning out behind the maintenance shed. I saw that picture, I was like, wow,
Yeah, it's pretty.
how many years of growth was that?
To be honest, it's probably only a year, maybe 2. Those vines are incredibly invasive and they grow quickly.
Wow.
So it's difficult to say how long it's been like that, but my guess is it hasn't been that way.
Well, it looks fantastic.
And I've spoken to all the neighbors along that live along Georgia, and all of it's coming out, trees included, because they're too close to the building.
Alright. And it looks also great job cleaning up K Park. Anything else?
I do.
Chris?
I was at Chardonnay last week.
Mhm.
Oh no, Tuesday.
Okay.
No, it was just on Tuesday. And it looked very well maintained. Wondering when will the swingy thingy thing come back?
Very good question. Okay, we've received the part that's broken. The installation of that part's gonna happen at the same time they come in to do Carl Rosario. Because the same team that's gonna do the install there is gonna go there and install that piece for us. Cause they have to remove a chunk from the ground and I'm gonna let the warranty workers do that for us.
Alright,
Yeah, but I have that piece, it's in the shop.
and then I noticed that there's a water fountain, but there's no water. Are we gonna remove that?
The water fountain, the one that's at the bottom.
All the way, yeah, at the bottom.
So there was a broken line there, that's just a simple, not, it's a fix we have to do, but it's a viable water fountain, it just needs to be repaired.
Okay, and then, two more things.
Yep.
Can someone please, follow up on that SMUD email from Tuesday from Katie Work? She sent something about an electrification plan for a project. I don't know what that is.
I'll answer that. So I responded to her yesterday,
Directly.
both Scott and I
Uh,
have no idea, and I just went to ready to CC everybody. But Scott and I were discussing what electrification program they wanted to talk about, and since it was to you and him, I'm like, yeah. And she has yet to respond to me. But as far as I know, we don't have any projects unless it's Sierra. And I don't know when and if that's gonna happen.
okay.
Nothing to add to that.
2030.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just reminding, they continue to say, tap on us if you need this, if you're starting projects, so they can get in on the front end of it, so I'm just throwing it out there. And then, can you tell us about, what'd you call it? Maintenance school?
Maintenance management school?
Yeah.
So I was a student for year one at maintenance management school, at the UCLA Lodge in Lake Arrowhead. And, Scott's been to that school for years.
I went to.
And basically the first years, he's learning how to build a maintenance management plan, how to identify what a park asset is, how to basically go through all of their information, how much it costs to operate a single park annually. And then you can use that data to justify payroll, maintenance needs, or change service levels of the parks, and things like that. So it was a good experience. It was a great networking experience. I would recommend it for that alone, because I got to meet folks from park agencies up and down the state. And then, go back next year for year two, which is more leadership stuff, but it's probably where I would end it. It's year two.
And that's awesome. During the years, are there additional learning opportunities or
There are.
activities that they share? Well, and I'm thinking, yes, you, but that can extend to the team.
So I spoke with Scott about this on my return. I think next year I'd like to send one or two of my staff to year one maintenance school. If nothing else, to learn the why and the hows of what we're trying to do. So that they, it's not just them getting direction, they have an understanding. In January, District 2, CPRS District 2 is putting on a maintenance. What is it? It is a park at Maidu. I went to that last year, took 2 or 3 of the team, which I will, everybody can come with to this one, and they have the topics that have been suggested are everything that's right down the line that we're trying to do, field turf maintenance and herbicide spraying, all that. They'll have different speakers on that. They can go listen to whatever they choose to do. So that's coming up January 22nd.
Yeah, well, thank you for building the portfolio, the knowledge and the wealth of resource and information, bringing it back to the district to keep us growing, so appreciate that.
Look forward to that more.
I don't know about you, I want to get your opinion, but I was really happy with this report from NIWA.
I was happy we got it before the meeting. No, we they had some concerns about, populating the information between the last day of the month and when we need it, which is the Friday prior to a board meeting. I said, so just cut it off 5 days early.
Yeah.
We'll kind of modify it for this month, but next month it'll be October 26th to November 26th. But yeah, it makes all the difference.
I like that we know who it was. I like that we know the date and the time, that they were on patrol or they were contacted. What the resolution was, I just.
Yeah.
It's even better than what we were getting
I agree.
before.
It's more of a narrative than just raw data types of citations written and things like that.
I did have one concern on report from 1010 Bay Park Gym, where it suggests the person in this blue Fiat is believed to have followed the preschool kids in the past and trying to get access to the building. I was just wondering if we had taken any kind of steps, if that's the case.
I think that, I don't, what they wrote is, I think they misconstrued what was told to them. The prior day at, a park that is under Sunrise Recreation Park, it's really close to K Park. The camp kids were there and the woman had approached the students and Sarah intervened, pulled the lady aside. And the following day, the lady was at
K Park.
K Park and she had never been at that location before, but I think they misconstrued the fact that we had a situation with her the day
At
before.
a different site.
Yeah.
But like the guy up in Folsom that just had 2 federal charges put on him.
Different, the gender for the school is a whole different thing.
So Sarah's aware of it.
Yeah, and she was the one who
She's-
reported it, saw it, and that's when we called Night Watch.
Okay, so I assume that both locations are on watch for this person.
Mhm.
And sheriff did make contact with her out in front of the other.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, that's all I had, but yeah, the reports, I like this.
You're getting better.
If there's anything else. Rec report. Thank you, Kevin. Rachel, you're up.
I just want to publicly thank American River Rotary and Perry's Pumpkin for the pumpkin donations this year. We had over 300 pumpkins donated, and I also want to thank Pat for sponsoring the costume contest prizes. We had a great event. Otherwise, I have nothing else to add to my report.
Did you give him sprinkler heads?
Yeah. No.
Something that
Drops?
No.
tasers.
Rose bushes?
Rose bushes? Yeah.
Succulents.
Any question for,
I don't have a question, but I say thank you so very much for the website having visual representation of North Highlands. I loved seeing like the first thing is the mural that says North Highlands. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay. And just seeing our kiddos and like the picnic benches that we painted, like pickleball, y'all did that. Kudos to that, thank you so much. And then I love that the rec guide, I mean, now it's like flip book. It's super cool, and you can translate it into Espanol. So thank y'all so very much. I really appreciate all of the advertisement, even the social media engagement and posts are being even more like interactive and like videos and yeah, really doing good things. So thank you so much. I'm excited about playing for fun, winning. And I look forward to playing volleyball next season, starting December 8th. Everyone sign up ASAP. Thank you.
it seemed like the addition of your community ofrenda and De Los Muertos was a good addition.
Yeah, especially for the first year. I mean, last year we had something similar at the Halloween extravaganza event, but this year we held its own workshop and tried to honor that holiday. I think it went pretty good for the first year. I hope it grows.
I like that it was shared on the TV and that you encouraged people to display their stuff at the lobby.
Yeah.
I think that was great.
Yeah.
Once again, I really wish that we would do our Halloween event on Halloween and give kids in this area a safe alternative to trick or treating because there is not enough of it. And there are other organizations in the community not nearly as capable as we are that are trying, but they're very small events and they don't get advertised outside of their organizations. Or if you don't want to do it, then reach out and advertise the other organizations that are doing it so the kids in the community know where they can go safely trick or treat. it's a unique holiday. It's not like Christmas or Easter or spring or harvest time. It's one night out of the year where the kids wanna go out in community and trick or treat. And we're doing it 2 weeks before the event, and it's just a nice little thing that you do, but I feel like we would better serve the community and the children in it if we had the event on Halloween.
Chair, I have something to add. I'm sorry, I forgot. I
Go ahead.
my page. I see here that the vaccination clinic happened. Was it a different day? Did we ever find out why we were listed on that list of activities that they had going on? You remember the older couple came?
Yeah, we've been a destination on Tuesdays after bingo for a lot of years, but the county doesn't run anything through us. I mean, we have no control over what they put on their calendars and agendas. They let us know they're coming, they come in right after bingo, they move the tables around, they use it, and they leave. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that it's up on someone's website, but not ours.
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate them coming out and offering free vaccination. I don't know what happened when it fell through the cracks on that.
And then just a plug, Creative Connections Arts Academy, CCAA, they have at least 4 or 5 field study days, and those are days when their students are off and they're expected to be in community volunteering, shadowing, any of those things. Just an opportunity, twice now, 3 times I've had families call and ask, like, did I know of any volunteer opportunities? It'll be great. I know usually I'm like, well, let me see what the district has, especially if there's an event going on. But if y'all ever have a list of volunteer, I don't know. I'm thinking for me that if possible, first of all, is it an option for community members to volunteer with the district? Are there already identified service activities, projects that they could support with? Or is it just when there's big events, send them your way?
Don?
If I may share. The district does the paint park activity, and that qualifies for the community service. Field study day, the only challenge with that is the school does their field study days always on Friday. And unfortunately, our paint park projects are always on Wednesday, and so that's what the disconnect is with that. If we could get alignment on the dates, we would probably double the amount of volunteers at the paint park project.
What is the age range for these
You're
kids?
talking about junior high and high school?
K through 12.
It's the.
All the kids are involved.
K through 12. The kids are required to do 15 hours, and the families are required to do 30.
Just
I
an
talked it
opportunity.
up a long time ago.
Rachel, were you guys out at their holiday festival last Saturday?
They have an event in November we're going to, but I didn't hear about when they have them.
That was last weekend.
Oh, okay, then we were there.
Okay.
I don't schedule the staff.
Okay.
Kayla does, so then we were there, they're craft fair. Yeah.
Okay. Because we went out there and performed, I didn't get a chance to walk around. All right, anything else for recreation? Correspondence.
We have one correspondence from back in September. I believe I shared this with you electronically via your emails. It's the candidate statements and the full roster of folks that are running for a position on the the LAFCO board. And we will have an action item later under unfinished business that will address the information that was in that correspondence.
Okay. Were there any standing committee reports?
No.
Okay, and we have a tentative date set for PMP next Thursday, 1:30.
Okay.
Want to check that with you?
I'm out of the office next week, but I'll make myself available.
Do you already have an idea of who you'd be assigning? You'll still come?
If I need to, yeah.
You send somebody.
Yeah, delegate.
It's not any big deal, we're just,
Is Zach gonna be available?
no, it's me and Crystal.
Um, I wasn't aware, but,
No,
We
we
just
just,
did it.
yeah, we did.
so which day of that was that?
Thursday,
Thursday.
Thursday the
20th.
1:30.
Choose your favorite.
I'm off.
Oh, well, the other getting me.
Yay, my favorite.
We'll make it as painless as possible.
Sorry, Larry.
Just don't call it Caleb to say all right.
Yeah, seriously.
I'll brief Rachel on the documents you shared with us, Joanna, several weeks ago, and yeah. We also need to schedule a meeting with the facilities standing committee, which again, I think had Zach as a member with Bo. So I, you know, if Zach's not available, we can try to get a pinch hitter from Pat or Crystal. And we're not bothering our chairperson every time for a standing committee.
Well, you know, I'm just sitting around all day eating bonbons and watching, so.
Well, I'm just wondering then, what is the next step? Is it you connecting Bo and Zach to schedule something?
That'll be my first step, yeah. But there's some things that have come up in the last month or so that I'd like to share in that venue and then have them bring the information back to the board, so.
Are all committees in compliance with the meeting schedules?
No, we're not. P and P is not. We missed our, what month was before this one?
October.
That
Yeah,
one.
the November should catch up to that, so you're on a quarterly basis.
Yes.
Okay, consent calendar.
I don't see any. I move that we accept the consent calendar.
Second.
Any discussion?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consent calendar is approved.
Oh, the only thing is, we, Odell is no longer Odell, right?
It's still Odell.
It's still Odell. I thought that had a new name.
Westward.
It's Odell West,
It's Westwood,
it's Westwood and Odell.
it's just Westwood.
If you look at their invoice, it's.
They probably still have both please. Okay, that was only kind of sound like.
Only still within budget law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was the only thing in the minutes, it said Odell, we changed.
And Terry, good catch on the night watch, Billy.
Yes.
You know, I have people I'm contracted to do business with, and one of my biggest beefs is that I have to oversee their work. When I'm already overseeing my business's employees and work, and then I have to oversee their work as well. And so I feel your pain, but good catch.
Not really, because it allows our budget.
Well, I know. But you know, that's also one of those things, you can always enter into a contract that if your invoices aren't received within 60 days, you know, you'll pay 30 cents on the dollar. I mean, you can contract somebody for anything. That is major infraction, major. And the fact that their own financial people didn't catch it first after so many months.
Most still can't get billing invoices from them.
Wow. Okay, unfinished business.
Up the D, we're looking around.
So Karen Folsom is with us via Zoom, and she provided the report that's in your board packet, but she's also got some visuals that will support her presentation. So some of them look like renderings; they're not stuff you've seen before, though. So she's just going to kind of give us an update as to where we are and what are our next steps on.
Hello, Karen.
It's just gonna take me a second to get everything ready.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello, Karen, welcome.
1 second, Karen, I'm just gonna get your video going.
Okay, thank you. Are you showing the slides? in the
Yes.
PDF? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
Too many. One more.
Okay, Karen, you can see it, okay, right?
Now I can. Yep.
All right.
All right, we ready?
It's all yours, Karen.
Okay. Thanks for inviting me. It's nice to see everybody again and touch base on the park and give you an update. A lot has happened since I last saw you all. You can go to the next slide, please. So I wanted to give you an update because we've been doing a lot of work with the county to get permitting done for the project. The last presentation, I showed you what we were doing with the restroom building and the playground and the amenities in the park. Since then, we've been submitting construction documents to the county to get permits so that we can start building. These are some of the departments that have to review. It's pretty intensive. There's not only landscape looking at our planting and our water use for irrigation. We have to go through Cal American Water to get approval to get water for the project. We're still trying to get an application approved through SMUD for the power, but the county department review takes us through what's called a site improvement and permit section, which is the major section that looks at all the plans, make sure everything's copacetic. They also give a set of plans to the environmental, it's called Planning and Environmental Review Department. And they brought up one issue that is going to delay the permitting, and that is because of the creek. We have to go through California Department of Fish and Wildlife. So that process has been started, and it's going to take at least another 2 months. It is something that we could have left for the contractor to do, but we felt it was important to get it started now because it could take so long. So we have that going through the channels. Then we met with Department of Transportation, who reviewed the plans and decided that there was some need for some offsite improvements, which I believe I may have mentioned before, but they want a new signal at Navajo to allow people to take a U-turn to get to the park. So there's a little bit of work there and that we're getting reviewed. And then the Department of Water Resources, we've been working with them for probably 18 months to look at potential flooding, 100-year floodplain of the creek. This goes through FEMA, uses all kinds of data from FEMA and other sources. We did get through that early this year, probably February. And now they're asking for an easement. So there's been a couple of things that Scott has had to sign. One of them is an easement for this floodplain. So if there is ever a 100-year event that really causes some need for the county to come in and work on the creek, then they have an easement to do so. Another agreement that the district had to sign was a maintenance agreement for stormwater management drainage facilities. And we have two, which if I have a map on the next slide if that we can review if anybody has questions where these are, but it's basically a bioswale. It keeps the parking lot, the water that flows off the parking lot is usually dirty, and it goes into a vegetative swale and it gets cleaned before it goes on to a drainage facility. So there's a agreement that's needed just to make sure that the district maintains those two facilities, which are basically vegetative swales. It's nothing, no mechanical issues there. Then we're going through the sewer district. We also had to have our land surveyors do a letter for a monument, making sure the county's just making sure every I is dotted and T's are crossed with all these elements. Because it is you've got over 7 acres of undeveloped land with a lot of habitat and the creek running through it. It just caused a lot more for the permitting than a normal park. The next step will be for the building department to look at a few things, which would be the building and the electrical lighting for the park. And we're pushing that off to the contractors. So because we'd really like to get out to bid, and the building itself, the restroom building, they have to go through the state for permits. And so it just makes a lot more sense for the contractor to do that submittal. And then Fish and Game, I already talked about that. We are submitting that in December. And there's a minimum 30-day period for them to come back to us and say if they need anything further. So with all of that, and the update I got today is that the county department has let me know that they will have comments back to us December 15th. So we have a target date of when to get those comments back, and we'll know if they have any more comments or if we're good to go.
Comments regarding.
Sorry?
Comments regarding.
If they have any more comments, we've got pages and pages of review comments. Everything from, put in a traffic signal to make sure their sidewalks, not the park sidewalks, but their sidewalks meet ADA standards. So there's a long list, and I'd be happy to share that. I may have given it to Scott, but those kinds of comments, if are often like on the irrigation, they wanted to make sure that there was an access point for the mowers to get back to the area that's going to be hydroseeded. They also asked us for a letter from the school district allowing the district to do the hydroseed on their property, because a portion of the park is on the school district property, and at the same time a portion of the school district or the school is on park property. So it's kind of a trade-off that the district has with the.
Oh, wait, no. What part of our park is on Twin Rivers property?
No,
I know we
right?
lease part of our property to them, but I was unaware that
You know,
any of our park is on their property.
Isn't that Center?
Yeah, so,
Center Unified?
Which part of the parcel are you talking about, Karen?
yeah.
let me just finish with the schedule and I'll go to the map and then I can show you where that is. Is that all right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're hoping to go out to bid in December, which is a really good time because contract, they can't do a lot of work in the winter. So contractors often we can get our best bids for work in the December and January months. So we're preparing for that. And then we hope to get construction started in February or March, and it shouldn't take more than 9 months. It may take a year at the most, but because the restroom building has already started construction, that's usually the longest lead time. So we think it'll be done by the end of next year. Now, let's go to the map and I'll show you. So the overall map that shows the area, that kind of leg to the south, do you see that triangle area that's white? Just above that leg, there's a fence. So I don't know if I can point, but starting from the bottom of the page, there's an area of non-irrigated hydroseed, so it's not green. And then if you go straight up, there's a line and it creates kind of a white triangle. And it's next to I believe they're portable buildings over there on
See it, I'll point to it, please.
Yeah, I can't walk, but I thought you were talking about triangle right there next to number 4, like that triangle.
Yeah,
that's-
next to number 4, exactly. Exactly. Number 4 shows the little walkway that's gonna go to the school fence, and we're gonna put a gate there. But that area that's white, that's school property.
Then where is the part we're leasing to them?
The gray part,
Down.
to the south. So where that, the cross symbol is, or over,
You're right.
other way. All the way down, all the way, the gray,
Yeah, now go over, there you go.
that's where the portables are.
Do we have a joint use agreement with them now?
We have an easement. They pay to have that access to that property.
So I don't see how the white triangle has anything to do with anything.
It's just right in front of the gate, the fence that goes on the school property.
Okay.
And this map doesn't show it, but we're gonna be hydroseeding that area, and we're building the walkway and putting in a gate on the fence so that the kids can come from the school over the park. So there will be a connection. And so that was one of the comments, and so Scott and I got together and we were able to get a letter from the school district allowing, it's called a right of entry. It's just more justification for the county that we've kind of, like I said, crossed all our T's. We have this letter from the district saying it's okay for us to do what we plan on doing on their property. So those are the kinds of comments we get. There's quite a few.
Okay.
So the only other change, just as far as it updates, the only other change to this plan is that the restroom building has been moved a little bit further up the hill. And there will be a short ramp there. That came from the Department of Water Resources. They wanted to make sure the building, even though it's not a house, it's not inhabitable, it's a restroom. They insisted that it was outside of the flood zone. And where it is here right now, it's about 10 feet into the flood zone. So we just had to move it up a little bit. So other than that, there haven't been any other big changes to this. And if you go to the next one, you can see the building a little better. So it's shifted a little bit over and we had to put a ramp in. And then the next slide shows the only other update that we've made is to the playground. So we heard that the playground vendor shared with you this shaded swing set. And so I heard that you all liked it. And so Scott encouraged me to talk to her about getting it on this project. And so that's what we did. So we have finalized the color selections. We finalized a couple of little tiny issues, but that was the biggest change to the playground. Now we'll have shade on the swings. And so with that, do you have any questions for me? That's my update.
She have a dog on this slide as though there's an area for dogs to play at this park. Is there a surprise reveal?
No, it's a cute dog.
Oh,
Stock photos, Crystal, stock photos.
it does.
No, we got some other ideas for that.
But when she was talking about the comments, they send a bunch of comments and then she replies back to like a rebuttal of how they will amend or revise or something.
Right.
We have to keep in mind, and when people ask, how is this thing taking so long? We don't get those comments maybe 2 months after the first submittal by Karen and her team. And then it takes them a good 6 weeks to 2 months to prepare those submittals to answer the comments that the county gives it. So it's a back and forth in the most slow pickleball game you could ever imagine. It's just batting the thing over the net and it takes forever. So it's been frustrating, but you got to be patient.
And then
Well, and they did not have any real technical comments. A lot of the comments we got from them were things like getting a letter from the school district and doing some work in Watt Avenue and the floodplain easement because of the creek and because the creek has a sensitive plant in it, there's additional work there that we had to do. So a lot of it is just agency jurisdiction, following ordinances and things like that. It wasn't really about adding bike racks or any of the technical grading or engineering of the plans.
I just wanted to add, when she mentioned the SMUD application for power, it made me think of that electrification plan thing that the lady reached out, if it's related. I don't know.
We're just
Hopefully
waiting for a
they'll find
reply
out.
from her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like, I wonder if that's a thing. Okay, that's it.
Are you waiting from SMUD?
Crystal provided a connection with a different office within the SMUD organization to partner on a lot of different aspects. We did a major SMUD partnership about 8 years ago where we converted everything to LED in our buildings, in our parks, and even at the softball complex. So yeah, I think it's along those lines, but we will determine if it's focused on the Sierra Creek project. So we may have a connect.
Okay.
Either way, we have a connect. Any
Any other questions?
How often do you two communicate?
We're meeting every other week, and from email standpoint, probably 4 days out of 5.
Would it be possible, Scott, for you to include in your report ongoing updates? Like after the 15th of December, did the county have any more comments?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
On these issues that she's brought forward? And what progress has been made? Is it checked off the list? Yeah. Would you guys appreciate that? Would it be fun? Because when I first came on, this was supposed to be done now.
My term will be up by.
I know, and now it's next year, and yeah. But you're gonna be invited no matter what. We just have to be able to find you if you're not sailing off in Greece or.
Oh, he'll be traveling.
No.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you coming and making the time.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Okay,
Karen.
Karen. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Yeah, I can't believe all the hoops they have to jump through. And then they accomplish one hoop and they just make up 5 more.
And you said we have a point of contact now with the county, that's a little bit more.
No, I was talking about Katie, mother. If she can get us in the right,
Put a button, somebody's here.
give us the right extension, the right email. If that helps Karen move the electrical components of the park forward, so be it. That's a good connect.
Okay, moving on to LAFCO elections, unfinished business. Item B.
So basically, these ballots have to be submitted to LAFCO by the 21st. We have an opportunity to weigh in on the 4-year regular term, the 2-year regular term, for which one of our board members is a candidate, and then a 4-year alternate term candidate and district. So all those bios and candidate statements you had a chance to review. It's just a time to vote for these folks, and then I'll submit it to LAFCO prior to the deadline. I would have guessed, Terry, we have to take one by one to select a candidate.
Yes.
Okay.
I've worked with Gay Jones on LAFCO before. She's a force to be reckoned with. She has a long experience, knowledgeable, very helpful. I think I shared this like pocket thing with you. She provided to me to kind of support with things we could do. So, and then the other gentleman with SMUD, he was part of LAFCO as well. and he was pretty helpful. I'm so sorry, I'm not looking, I'm trying to find the thing, but how many votes do we have? How many
Well,
positions?
just one for the 4-year,
And
one for the 2-year, one for the 4-year, right?
One for the 4-year.
Alternate.
Got it.
So I'm totally good with Jay Jones for the 4-year regular term.
Sure.
Okay, that's 3 of us say yay.
So you're nominating, who's nominating?
Jay Jones,
No, I nominate.
Jay Jones.
Second.
Crystal, you second that?
Oh, yes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Apologies.
Moving on to the 2-year, can we go to the 4-year alternate term? Next, I'd like to do the 4-year alternate term candidate in district next, and then go back to the 2-year regular.
Okay.
I would prefer supporting Jim Frazier. Sure. Thank you, I don't wanna explain why. So can I have a motion? and
I take
second
a
on that?
motion, I motion we take Jim Frazier for a
Second.
4-year alternate.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now, 2-year regular term, thank you.
Yes, I did.
Hey,
Not an hater, it's just about being able to do the job
I know.
as opposed to being a rubber stamp.
We gotta go for all, right? I'm vote for both. Both no.
Second that.
Do you get that? Motion by Pat, seconded by
Yeah.
Crystal.
Hometown.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One.
Damn. So it doesn't carry?
No, that's for
Yeah.
unanimous.
So then, do we go again for another individual?
If there's one we can agree on.
The gentleman from Smug, I'm sorry, I can't find his name.
White
I
Brandon,
mean, Charlene Moore is our real.
we already passed that one.
Oh, I'm sorry, she wasn't open for
She was the
the,
4-year alternate. So, Brandon, Jim, and Robert. Brandon's with Smud. Jim Frazier's with. Is that Heald or Earls?
Should be healed.
Heald, fire protection. And Robert Bob Wickert, Sex, Urban Water.
Maybe we get discount on water for the front.
One can only hope.
Funny.
Obviously, Mr. Rose and Mr. Wyckett are local.
That's big box.
We pay a lot of money to both those districts.
Somebody want to nominate,
I nominate Robert Bob.
do I have a second on that?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'll get those submitted. We will need signatures before you take off stuff, and I can attest, but you'll have to sign that.
All right, moving on, under new business, item A. Claim by Rachel and Jonathan Turner concerning alleged injuries sustained at Freedom Park. In closed session, the board unanimously agreed to decline. Reject the claim. And we directed the administrator to write a letter of notice.
We need a motion and a second.
I make a motion, we accept,
Reject the claim.
reject, claim. By our. Or by.
Claim filed by Rachel and Jonathan Turner.
Jonathan Turner.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Moving on to item B. Policy 2100.1, 2100.2, 2100.32, dress code revision.
Okay, sure. So, staff has been doing a really good job of reviewing policies that come across their desks, specific kind of to their divisions, but also what's best for the district as well. What started as a discussion about the dress code, which was basically just to increase the amount of the stipend that we would provide to our park maintenance workers, because we do require them to have hard-toed boots. So we've been buying them a pair of boots a year. It also gave us an opportunity to add some wording to the dress policy, which we changed the dress code. We added the language, and everything, what we're suggesting is in bold font. And then you do have a copy of the old policy under 2100. Well, the current policy, thank you, Kevin. So we added some language on personal appearance. We expect our staff to present a clean and well-groomed appearance. Clothing must be clean and in good repair, free from holes. Under 2100.2, we added some more specific language with the responsibilities that district employees have when wearing district branded attire, and all the things that we would be not in favor of them doing while they're in uniform. And employees are reminded that district branded attire identifies them as representatives of the district, even when off duty. So in a shift, you're on your way home, you stop to get, maybe a 6-pack of cold ones and a loaf of bread. We prefer you put a jacket on or not wear your district issued attire for that. And then 2100.3.2, we're proposing to add or to change the stipend from $125 annually to $250. You can't buy a good pair of boots for $125 a week.
I don't have any issues with anything in here. I was just curious, why would you eliminate 2100.3.3, an annual review that were.
That was actually eliminated back in 2015. So we didn't touch this one. We didn't add it back into the policy. So when you're looking at the current policy, anything lined out means it was stricken back in
Before.
2015. Yeah.
So how did this come up then?
The stipend for the boots.
Yeah.
And we just took the opportunity to add some more specific language that we want to.
Puts their refund in for their boots, we've been paying them, we didn't even think about what it said.
Oh, so we brought the policy up to what we're actually reimbursing.
Yes.
Okay, well,
Plus,
obviously,
but plus we added some new language under.
I understand that, but I'm specifically.
Yeah.
With regard to, I don't know why that would be eliminated. And it seems to me that it would be the maintenance superintendent who would review this if it were reviewed, not the administrator.
I can't speak to that. I mean, that was my first, probably the first month on the job as the park superintendent.
Well, I'm not okay with it being back askwards, that we alter the policy because, we're reimbursing people more than what the stipend allows for. So somehow there's gotta be a review process. You can bring it back later. I'm just not okay with, 2 years from now, Terry's getting reimbursement for $300.
No,
And we go, oh, let's change the policy down to $300.
well, no, the policy is being changed to $250.
I understand that. I'm specifically talking about how is that reviewed so that we keep up with the times. I'm not okay with the policy being updated based on our becoming aware of the increased cost of the boots.
Just for a 3-year,
That would be great.
every 3 years reevaluate that,
That would be
put it
great.
on a calendar and send it to the policy.
So you can add that. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna approve this.
I'm just curious, when they do purchase their boot, are they going to a preferred vendor? Like, do we provide them a list of where they should go to purchase them? So they're not getting anything
Oh, good.
ridiculously
It's changed over the years. We used to take them to Sears because Sears had good prices and good boots, and they'd all get fitted right there at Sears. And then we had a Sears store card, and we paid for them right then. But it's changed dramatically. Sears is no longer in business, for
Right.
one. But really, I think it's a personal preference. As long as they're staying within the allotted stipend that we approve, they can pick boots that are the most comfortable and the most safe for them to wear.
But we give them parameters or guidelines, like these are what's advised. This is what
Well, it
we-
has to be hard to. Has to be hard to. That's the main
Got
requirement.
it.
But yeah, we can add language about an annual or every 3 years.
3 years is fine.
Okay.
And it might, I know in my business, like if I were to require a specific color leotard type, bun, shoe color, whatever, I can cut a deal with Capizios where they know what my studio requires as far as dance outfits go. And so I get a break, they get a break on what's purchased, so it's not like and Kevin's not busy or anything, but it might at least be worth looking into providers of steel toe boots and say, hey, if we send our employees to you. But
Discount.
anyways, any other questions on this specific policy?
In regards to the district shirts and things, when you're hired, you get a shirt, or do you have to order shirts and then get reimbursed?
No, they get,
We provide them with t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, etc. That's all provided by the district. The only thing that we require them to purchase themselves is boots.
And they get reimbursed after 3 months.
And everybody's foot is different. I wear Keens, they might like Red Wings. Whatever feels best on their feet.
I make a motion, we accept, policy number 2100.1, 2100.2, and 2100.32, the dress code.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous.
so when the final version of this dress code policy is distributed to the board to update their packets, that wording will be in there. And I'll share it with you before it gets to that point.
And I'm totally fine if Kevin thinks 3 years is adequate, that's,
I don't think new changes are gonna change that much.
yeah, I think that's
But
fine.
if they want something above and beyond, they can pay that, which is reimbursed for $250.
Yeah. All right, moving on, item C, policy 2240.1, holiday revision. Any questions on this?
I move that we accept staff recommendation to approve moving the observance of Lincoln's birthday to the second Monday in February. Which will align with the local school calendars and minimize scheduling conflicts.
Second,
My only comment is just to make sure everyone realizes that's 2 Mondays in a row.
Yeah.
Right,
Which Mondays, I'm sorry.
the 9th and the 16th.
Wait, what's the one before the 16th?
It's President's Day, Washington's, and then Lincoln's. So it's 2 Mondays in a row, it's 2 3-day weekends in a row.
Well, as it stands now, we would get the 12th off, which is the Thursday before the 16th. So we get Thursday off, go back to work on Friday, and get Monday off. But what we're trying to do is be more aligned with, with school and commerce and everything else. We're one of the rare districts, I think the county still does it, that actually observed Lincoln's birthday on Lincoln's birthday.
We had it before. We were on a Monday,
Okay.
when I first.
leave Alan alone.
And then one of our board members said that it was supposed to be on the 12th.
He was a stickler about, if the county took it off, we took it off.
So whatever the county did, that we had to do.
Okay.
Well, and I checked, and the city of Sacramento takes the 9th and the 16th. Yep. All right, any other discussion? No, we've got a motion. Is there a motion?
Motion in a second.
Yeah.
Pat made the motion?
No,
Yeah.
Crystal made a motion, I second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Okay, D, district administrators, compensation change. Are there any questions on this? Because we pretty much covered it,
Yeah, we already talked about them.
yeah,
We agreed to the changes.
Yep. yep, and there is a savings for the district.
Gotta get 4 seconds, I think.
What, say that out loud, Pat, what you say? Can you say about a stipend? No, I think we need a car allowance.
Yeah,
We got a motion.
yeah, I motion. Yeah, no problem, motion that we accept the administration compensation change.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Chairperson has nothing to report. Comments from board members?
Don't do it.
I'm me.
Happy birthday to all those who had a birthday in November. Happy work anniversary to all those who had a work anniversary in November. Thank you for your service and your time. We wish you all the best.
And everyone have a
Whoa, whoa,
good
whoa.
Thanksgiving.
Hold on, that can't be. That can't be. Hey, I'm just saying,
Don't you, got it.
don't rattle the cage.
Right.
That's my wife's birthday tomorrow, I'll be on jury duty.
I mean, Pat's wife have a wonderful birthday
Yeah.
without him.
Ooh.
Until he's doing his civic duty.
Okay.
Okay, this meeting is adjourned. It is 8:12. Thank you, everybody.